Hello, hello. It's been quite a good bit since we've been able to do anything in Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, interesting. Apparently, I have lost a subscriber. Fair enough. I am not entertaining that person, then I'm not entertaining them. Alright, let me go ahead and share this. You know, it's interesting. I've actually lost a couple recently. A couple subscribers. I mean, if I'm doing anything that is necessarily wrong, then I would appreciate that information. Because I would at least in theory like to be entertaining. That is the idea of being a streamer, as it were. So yeah, if anybody knows a way that I could improve the overall entertainment level of my streams, I would appreciate that information. I'm just sharing this to a couple of people, and then I will get to playing as per usual. You know, that might be part of it, is that early in my streams there's a bit of downtime. I'm just not really sure how I'd be able to fix that. But yeah, if you guys do have any suggestions for how I could become a little bit more entertaining, I would appreciate them. Because ultimately, you know, while I am having fun playing like whatever game strikes my fancy, and I am, you know, ultimately doing this because it's something that I enjoy. I also enjoy it because it gives me the opportunity to interact with other people on a somewhat large scale. Right now, it's not the largest of scales, but at least in theory, it should be able to be a large scale. And, having that as an option, to me, has a lot of meaning. The ability to speak to a large swath of my friend group at once and share in things that I love is something that I feel like has value. And ultimately, if that friend group is not interested in what I'm doing, like if it's not capturing the attention, it's not capturing the mind, I would like to know why. All right. Oh, no worries. If anything, we're just getting started. I've been, you know, looking to send a couple of people the stream, but as I started thinking about it, I'm sure they'll find out that I'm streaming if they actually care about the stream. I'll just make a little status about it. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird situation because I'm not sure whether people want or expect the DMs, and like I don't want to pressure people into feeling like they have to come. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people have my Succession server muted even when it's like for stream notifications. So it's a balancing act, and I'm really not sure like when I should be sending versus when I should let people do their own thing, you know? And I don't want to be that, like, annoying person that most of someone's, you know, messages from me are just like, oh, hey, come to my stream, you know? I don't want to be that person. I feel like that's not a good environment for anyone involved, ultimately. Yeah, I suppose that's a fair assessment. Yeah, I'll give it one more glance before I actually start playing and see if I don't see anybody that actually tends to show up that, you know, I can send it to. Hezor might like to know. He's been following this. You think it's because it's YouTube? YouTube streams aren't the easiest to see? Why is that? Is there a particular reason that you feel like YouTube streams are like a little less accessible or something? Because I've never even considered that as like a potential problem. So if there's something about that that makes it like less convenient, I would like to know. I don't know if this is still relevant, but if you are a affiliate on Twitch, at least when I agreed to the affiliate thing, because I actually read terms of service and, you know, contracts and whatnot, they have it so that affiliates are not supposed to dual stream. Like, there's supposed to be an hour, I believe it is, of exclusivity when it comes to the content. Yeah, that's actually a thing. Also, is my game loading? Yeah, I was about to say, if it crashed on me, I'm about to be really mad. But yeah, no, I actually read like EULAs and TOSs and whatnot. And yeah, there's an exclusivity clause in there
There's no telling what lies in wait for me in there.
And if I'm going to be forced to choose, Twitch is not going to be my first choice of platform for a number of reasons. Maybe when like AV1 support becomes like more widespread, but I do not like the bitrate limitations that I am forced to deal with on Twitch, which is the #1 reason. And I cannot do like 1440p 60 streams on Twitch because of those bitrate limitations.
I know a Merlin trial when I see one.
What's all this now? Yeah, I'm not gonna fuss with it. I want to continue with the story. Okay. I have to remember how this junk even works. Hold on. Okay. Yep, there we go. It has definitely been a while with the Hogwarts stuff. But yeah, no. My overall thought process here is if I am like struggling to get people in here and I am actually actively losing subscribers, there has to be a reason for that, ultimately. Like, there has to be something fundamental I'm doing wrong. So, I would like to find out what that is. If anybody does have feedback that, you know, might relate to that, I would appreciate it. Because I want this to be an enjoyable experience where, like, people can feel comfortable, you know, chatting with one another, and they can feel comfortable, you know, coming in here and relaxing, and they can feel like they're actually being entertained and that me streaming actually means something to them. Because if I'm ultimately just speaking into a void and people aren't finding it fun, and if anything, it's burdening them in the sense that they feel a degree of obligation to be here because it's me. Like, I don't want people to like, ultimately I don't want people to feel that way. So if that is how people feel, I need to make the steps to change that. Because personally, I'm not that person who's just going to, you know, give up. I'm not that person who's just going to be like, oh, well, people aren't enjoying it and I'm receiving like criticism, so I'm just gonna melt. I'm gonna melt down and I'm gonna stop or something. No, I'm not that person, you know. I want to make these streams the best that I can. I went out and got like very nice equipment ultimately to ensure that I could stream to the best of my ability. That's, you know, that's always been a concern of mine, is what can I do to ensure that I am putting out the best possible content. You know, even a couple years back when I was first even thinking about starting this, I went out and got like a Shure MV7. I would have gotten an SM7B if I had a little bit more financial flexibility. I also would have, or rather, I also did go out and get like a completely new and more suitable PC at the time. And even then, I have since made changes because the 6900 XT did not allow me to use certain streaming codecs, and it was also just, you know, not ideal for that particular scenario, because it kept having that power delivery issue and all of that. So I then went out and got a 4080, and then like I've been making sure to play a good variety of games. I haven't gotten any feedback that has suggested that the games that I'm playing until exactly just now might potentially be a problem. So I wasn't aware of that. But I've also, you know, made sure I have a leap motion. I made sure that I got my model done, you know, by somebody who actually, like, had a passion for these kind of things. And instead of getting, ooh, that was some pretty rough slowdown there. Instead of getting one that, multiple other people have or whatever, I wanted something, you know, custom. I try to make sure that I had like a really good camera for the tracking. I have a couple of ring lights. Like, I've put a lot of energy and effort into it, and I also put a lot of energy and effort into at least trying to maintain some level of consistency. Maybe I'm not streaming enough. That's like my first thought, my first concern. Do you guys feel like I stream too infrequently? Like, ignoring the fact that I've missed a couple of planned streams because of, you know, situations outside of my control. But like, is it an issue? Like, I'm streaming at a consistent time, and I'm streaming on consistent days. But is it an issue where I'm not streaming enough? Is that potentially the problem? Because that's actually something that I feel like there is a discrepancy between, you know, like the medium and large size streamers and whatnot versus like someone like me who's extremely small. There is a huge difference in the amount that they stream versus the amount that I stream. I mean, it's honestly a little bit of both. It's one of those things where I want to entertain the people that are close to me, and I want to interact with the people that are close to me. I want, like, the people that I care about to be able to share and revel in the experiences that I am, right? Like, ultimately, if I'm playing a game that I find interesting, I want to share that excitement and that experience with people. And I want people to be like, hey, that might be, you know, like a neat thing. You know, that might be an enjoyable thing that I should start doing, or I should try. But I also want to, you know, over time grow the stream. I also want to over time appeal to, you know, I don't want to say a wider audience because I hate that term, but I want to appeal to a niche audience that sees me and the things that I'm doing as, you know, something they enjoy, and build a community. The same way I like to build a community in any other context of any other thing I've ever done. I just feel like my current objective is to entertain the people who actually have been coming to streams. It's definitely not a platform thing, because discoverability on Twitch is actually even worse, especially since you really can't well save streams, you know? So discoverability there is actually even worse. Like, these streams will still be archived. You could go back and watch any stream I've ever done on YouTube. You can't do that on Twitch. And having those videos allows for discoverability.
Deke? Ah, Deke is so happy to see you. Deke noticed this bag in the room the other day. You must need it to help with your schoolwork. Deke has seen one of these before. Deke calls it a knapsack. Perfect for gathering and transporting beasts. Pleasant little breeze.
I have been thinking about something Professor Howin said in Beasts class, that I should study as many beasts as I can, on my own time. She also mentioned that poachers have been active in the area, So perhaps the beasts will be safer with us than out there on their own.
Precisely what Deke was thinking. You see, the room knew exactly what you needed, and luckily, Deke can show you how to best use the knapsack and where. Come along then. Our first stop will be beyond the castle grounds. We can leave now, or you can come and find Deke when you're ready to go.
Yeah, and I could do content that the algorithm for YouTube actually likes, like shorts and whatnot. In fact, long-form content seems to be actively deprioritized right now, which I definitely, like, understand. But
I'm ready to learn how to use the knapsack.
Perfect! Deke loves an outing.
yeah, I figured the game rotation would keep it from getting too boring if people were only really interested in one game. Or rather, if they were not interested in that particular game, I should say. So I tried to, maybe 3 games in rotation was a little too much. Maybe I should keep 2 games in rotation.
That was a dark time in Deke's life.
But I do think having some variety is probably smart.
The wizard he ever met. A nasty poacher. Deke hated working for him.
But yeah,
He
it
did
might,
horrible
with how
things to
infrequently I've been
beautiful
streaming,
beasts.
it might actually be really hard to follow
It
that
was
way.
during those days that Deke first saw a knapsack. It'll be nice to see one used for good.
Yeah, it might just be a case of because I,
We have arrived. Deke
Okay.
enjoys coming here to watch the beasts, especially the potful of puffskeins nearby. It will be nice to keep them safe. All you will need to do is get close, direct the open knapsack toward the puffskein, and in it'll go.
All right.
right. Yeah, and that's a fair assessment. That's honestly a pretty fair assessment. I do think between the infrequency of streams and the amount of games I was streaming at the same time, it's making these games take too long to
You don't need be
finish.
difficult. I mean you no harm.
So yeah, that is definitely something I will agree is probably part of the problem. And I also agree that it's likely that live service games would be better for the format that I've created, where I'm like, you know, going in and out of games rather than a story-based thing, which could be very difficult. Which could be very difficult to follow over time. Because if you've seen part of the story, but then you weren't able to, you know, you hadn't seen the stream in a while, even if you were able to make every single Hogwarts Legacy stream that I've done, you would still probably feel, if your only exposure to the story was through my streams, you'd still probably feel disconnected from the story because it's been so long, you know? Like, you'd probably kind of forget where we were and what we were doing and why. There'd be, like, details of the plot that just wouldn't click for you. I get that. And I think that that is valid criticism that I should probably take pretty seriously.
Everything's all right now.
Whether my methodology for that needs to be more streams or less rotation or both, that's the part where I'm unsure.
I managed to rescue a puffskein.
You can rescue as many as the knapsack will hold. Poachers capture puffskeins and, well, Deke isn't sure what they do with them. Deke is certain they will be safer with you. Now, not all beasts will be as simple to rescue as a puffskein. Deke suggests you next find a beast that can fly. A jobberknoll, perhaps.
All right, where would I find one?
Deke knows of some to the west, nesting in a large tree overlooking Hogwarts. But we must be careful. Deke has seen poachers in the area recently. Deke will meet you there whenever you're ready.
Yeah, and I get that. But like I said, a lot of it is about sharing experiences that I actually appreciate, and there are very few live service games that capture my attention right now. I'm sure if I had been streaming a bunch when Tower of Fantasy was something I was doing, that would have been like an example of where I could have grown pretty substantively. When Super Mecha Champions was a thing, I had an entire separate Twitch channel for Super Mecha Champions, which was actually kind of doing all right. Sometimes I'd actually have like as many as 20 people watching me. So I definitely think there is validity to the live service thing, and it's not like I have a problem doing live service games. In fact, I probably will at some point do some live service games. But I'm not going to play games that I feel like I'm only playing for the specific purpose of drawing in more people. Because it would betray my intentions of the channel in the first place. Which is to share things that I believe in or think don't get enough attention or, you know, have a specific reason to play. You know? To share my enthusiasm with people. I don't want to have to be that person who fakes that enthusiasm.
Betting on the dragon fights was the best decision I've wanted and done it. What's this?
Oh yeah, no. And I get that. For sure. For sure that I get that there is a difference between those two things. And I don't expect this channel to ever become huge. Don't get me wrong. It's actually more that I want it to become something that the people that I do have here, you know, like you guys, I want it to be something that you enjoy. And any other people that come along, I want to be clear, that is a bonus.
My best work, I'll admit. Was that meant to be an attack of incendia?
Ah, joy. I need to concentrate on this.
Is that all their teaching in stuff? Caprico! Incendio! Caprico!
There we go.
It's shameful what you've done to helpless beasts.
Anyway. It's just that I want to entertain the people that I know actually care. And anybody else that comes is a bonus, right? I want to build not like some massive following because I know that my current model of things will never build a massive following. Doing the things that you're passionate about, and even just variety streaming in general, is usually not a way to build a following unless you get really lucky. Hell, even people with established followings, when they become variety streamers, they temporarily lose a lot of their following. They usually have to play something that is live service and popular to get that following and become variety streamers.
Shall we continue?
Oh, good. Deke was worried about you, what with all the poachers in the area. Perhaps we should work quickly. The jobberknolls are just here, in this large tree. If it's helpful, Deeg has seen Levioso used to slow flying beasts. Easier to get in close and use the knapsack.
Then I shall go and rescue a Jobberknoll.
Good luck. Deeg will be waiting.
But yeah, I totally do understand that, like, what I'm doing is inherently not good for, like, mainstream growth. And that's not actually my goal. Like, I don't want it to be a mainstream, like, super large channel. Like, if it gets there, great. But that's not actually my main intent. My main intent is to make this as enjoyable for you guys as possible. And then anything else that comes, I'll appreciate it as it comes. You know what I mean?
I rescued a Jobberknoll.
Deeg hopes your Jobberknoll finds the knapsack nice and cozy. Poachers want them for their feathers, and are not kind when they gather them.
Are there any other beasts nearby?
Just one that Deeg knows of, a herd of moon calves. They live in a clearing of trees up this footpath. Deeg will see you there.
Yeah, no, a large following is definitely not necessarily my goal. I want to build a small to medium but dedicated community of people that, like, actually, you know, enjoy what I'm doing and enjoy my company and, you know, find the notion of, like, an interesting variety of games they may never otherwise have seen to be
Mooncalves gather near the
a
large tree
positive.
with the spiral pattern in front, but only under the light of the moon. So, unfortunately, unless you have a way to hasten time, you might sometimes have to wait until nightfall to see them.
I shall go and find a mooncalf then.
Deeg will be waiting for your return.
Like, you'll notice that if you look through my streams, outside of exactly Hogwarts Legacy, which caught my attention because in part of the drama that had surrounded it, and also in part how long it had been since there had been any form of Harry Potter game. Outside of exactly this one exception, almost all of the games that I have played on this channel have not really sold well. Like, they're games that are quote-unquote cult classics. Okay. Enjoy your food. Let us know what you end up picking to eat. But you'll notice that I have a habit of playing games that don't necessarily sell too well, but have, like, extremely positive reception among the people who did play them. And I want to play a bunch of games that, you know, I think are great games that just didn't get the love they should have. Like, for example, one of the things that I'm considering playing on this channel at some point is Odin's Sphere. The chances of any of you having heard of Odin's Sphere seem to be exceedingly low. But I genuinely think a lot of you would see it and immediately be like, hey, that's really cool. Why didn't I not know about this? And ultimately, that's the experience that I want people to have. I want, for the most part, everybody that sees my stream, I want them to have, more often than not, new experiences. And the thing that's really exciting about doing it that way, where like my goal is to introduce people to things they've never seen before, the exciting thing about doing it that way is that if I play a niche game that people have seen before, or that they are familiar with, or that is getting a lot of attention, they're going to be really hyped up about it. Even the games that actually sold okay, or like, you know, are very well known and popular, like Banjo-Kazooie, which is one I've been doing, even those, you'll notice that people will be like, oh, there hasn't been a Banjo game in X number of years. I'm so excited that there's like somebody playing this. Like, I got so much positive feedback when I started streaming Banjo-Kazooie. There were multiple people who were like, oh my God, you're streaming that, you know?
You made it.
Oh, okay, so this is for a different thing. Interesting. I'll worry about the moon calf in a bit then, I guess.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's.
And of course,
This
there's
way.
gonna always be different levels of niche, but like, while Banjo-Kazooie was popular at the time, and there's a lot of
Feldcroft
people who
used to be a lot
remember it,
livelier.
you
With
had better
Ranrock's
believe
lots
that there's a
wandering about all the
lot of
time.
people who watch
Everyone
streams
stays out of
these
sight.
days who wouldn't know it. Because there hasn't been a new entry in the franchise in, you know, over 20 years.
Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
It's not exactly something you're going to see a lot of people stream anymore.
Aha!
Sebastian, where did you... Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey.
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Oh yeah, no,
Poor
I
Sebastian.
get that.
Not the visit he'd hoped for.
I get that for sure. I suppose my point... Yeah, of course, of course. I suppose my point is, whether it's a game that people may not have seen because it's older, Whether it's a game people may not have seen because it's niche, or it may even be a combination of those two things. I want people to come into my streams and be like, hey, I've never seen that before. And find a new passion, find a thing they love. And the people who already love that thing, I want them to be able to be like, holy shit, you're doing that thing. I didn't even know that you liked that thing. This is so cool. That's the emotion, that's the energy that I want in my streams. Because that's the kind of thing that will make people, rather than passively watch, rather than pay attention, but like not really, rather than just be like, you know, generally there, right? That's the kind of thing that'll make people actively engage and genuinely enjoy the content, which is what I want. I want this to be something that people look forward to.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. He thinks he can help Anne, but nothing can be done for her.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
I understand what you're saying, sir.
Good. I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you remember what I've said. Good day.
Anyway, yeah, maybe it is a tough sell for a stream, but you know the type of ambitious person that I am when it comes to community. You know? So, I don't know. But you guys have actually provided very useful feedback, and I appreciate that. And it's stuff that I will keep in mind.
About earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met my first day at Hogwarts, in the Slytherin common room.
Oh, the common room. I adored teasing first years about spotting mermaids through the window. I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft really if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
I'm afraid it's really up to Sebastian, and his mind seems to be made up.
I can only hope he realizes the futility of his search for a cure soon. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
speaking from experience, obviously not with curses, but with, you know, conditions, right? If you just accept that there's no known way to solve a problem that you're dealing with, and you just lay back and wait to die, you're probably not gonna get anywhere doing that, right? You might as well spend your time at least looking, if for no other reason than it keeps your mind busy. There is nothing worse in terms of, like, you know, survival than feeling like
Work hard and don't
then
be afraid
feeling
to
like
fail.
where you're at and what you're doing are already hopeless. There was a point in my life, not even that long ago, and a lot of you would know this, where I was completely bedridden. There was a point where I could not do a damn thing. And the doctors didn't really
Why
have
will she
anything
not listen
helpful to
me?
offer me.
She's my sister.
They didn't really have anything positive to say or anything they even felt comfortable trying.
How are you doing?
And it would have been
Sebastian?
very
You got a
easy.
first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
Okay. It would have been very easy to give up, to not bother, and to let it take me. And I didn't do that. I started experimenting with things that I thought would help. And I learned enough about the symptoms I was experiencing to then trace those symptoms back to likely causes that I could speak to the doctor about. Which led to me being on fludrocortisone, which led to a dramatic improvement in my condition. But I never would have had the strength to keep bothering if people weren't pushing me to continue. Yeah, of course, and I know that that's a thing, right? But I'm not speaking about it from the doctor's perspective. I would understand why a doctor would have those limitations, right? I'm speaking about it from the perspective of the patient. The second that you accept that there's nothing you can do, you might as well already be dead. Your condition is not only, like, it's not only going to rapidly get worse the second that you accept that notion and you start seeing your time as borrowed. Again, speaking from experience, your condition's not only going to get rapidly worse, but you're not going to enjoy the time you have left. It's just going to be waiting for the, you know, seemingly inevitable. It's not a way to live. I actually, on a moral standpoint, agree with Sebastian.
I'll admit I wasn't expecting him to be so angry.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened.
Exactly.
Ranrock's
And
loyalists are capable of
sometimes
so much
I know
more
that
than people
you're
realise.
supposed to be
They
seeing
should not be
Sebastian's
underestimated.
I know that you're supposed to be seeing Sebastian's actions as a bad thing. I mean, after all, it's
the debris
literally
you'll see is
leading
from
him
whatever's
down the
going on
path
at
of
that
the dark
abandoned
arts,
estate.
right?
They've been digging for something.
So, like, you're supposed to see Sebastian's actions as negative, right? But I actually see his actions as genuinely positive, because if you never push the boundaries, you never progress as a civilization, as a society. You never get anywhere. Sometimes the boundaries have to be pushed, and yeah, sure, maybe the doctors themselves are not the ones that should be pushing those boundaries, but Sebastian's not such a person.
Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
So I'm actually completely in line with him. Nothing he can do is going to be, frankly, worse than just letting his sister die and be miserable.
It's an honor to be a part of it.
What's he gonna do? Kill her quicker? Well, she's waiting for death anyways, so that would just be easing her suffering. Like, no matter how you look at it, I mean, I guess you could look at it as he could potentially harm himself, which could upset even more people. But I'm sure he understands and accepts that risk. I'm sure he knows that his actions could be dangerous to himself.
Back this way.
So if he knows what he's getting into, what's the point in chastising him for it?
I won't. Just shoot.
Well, I have very little health to speak of. Getting to that guy without hurting myself is going to be difficult. But I was just given an opening. Let's go.
You've made your last mistake. I was right not to be worried about you. One less human to worry about.
A boss character of some description? Okay.
Oh. Is that it? You're making this too easy.
I probably shouldn't have used that there, but whatever.
I'm a goblin, not a toy! How childish! But I'm better.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Get away!
Dear God.
Impressed? There you are.
That was close.
Let's get it.
Oh, snap.
You are postponing the inevitable.
It sure feels that way, doesn't it?
I won't rest. You're weak, human. Too slow. Seems your heart isn't in this at all. Look at you, beaten by a goblin.
Goodness. Alright, so that guy, I'm gonna have to figure out what the heck can even hit him. But first and foremost, I have to actually, like, properly prepare myself for that fight. I'm guessing Akio's gonna be a good bet.
Sleep on my feet, I could.
As for the comment about bonking me if I give up, I'm definitely not in a state right now where that's anywhere remotely, like, on my mind. So don't worry about that.
I won't rest.
Actually, quite the opposite. You know, I'm coming to feel pretty optimistic about my health.
Utterly pitiful display.
Don't have time for this.
That's the best you can do.
I mean, there's been such a dramatic shift over time in my health that, like, I actually see it as being possible at this point, especially as medicine progresses, for me to live a completely normal life.
You've made your last mistake.
And I, just a couple of years ago, would never
You're like
have assumed that to be possible.
It's almost too easy. Hit it.
I owe you an IRL hug. Well,
I won't miss how nice it is.
it would be pretty difficult for me to accomplish that, but not impossible. I mean, given where Alice lives, she's not too crazy far from you. So I could definitely give you a hug if, you know, push came to shove. Like if I ever go to visit her or something. And I mean, if I'm gonna be visiting her and visiting you at that point, I might as well visit Rhea too. But yeah, no, visiting you's not out of the question.
I've been fighting since before you were born. Not quick enough.
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for. I tried...
A bit more than he bargained for, huh? I'm pretty sure that that is an understatement. I'm pretty sure that was a lot more than he bargained for. Ireland. This inventory slots problem is one of the biggest issues I have with the game. Honestly, like, it actually destroys a lot of the pacing of this game. It drives me insane. But yeah, I know that it's trying to encourage me to do these Merlin trial things or whatever. But like, yeah, the inventory system in this game is super, super annoying. I don't like any systems that effectively mandate how you have to play. And constantly having to be in the inventory to drop certain things. not only does it feel bad to have to give up things that I could easily sell, but it also just it just destroys the game spacing. Yeah, the appearance and the stats should be separated as well. That's a whole other issue.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
Seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The Loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything. I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more.
Goodness. Oh. That looks like something that's meant to be dropped down and explored. How do I like Hogwarts so far? It's about what I expected.
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumor was, a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard.
It's, for the most part, a pretty decent experience. It's good enough. I wouldn't call it any kind of all-time classic or anything, but it's solid enough to keep my attention. Worth the playthrough.
Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's Loyalists.
It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
Let me put it this way. It's exactly what I'd expect from, like, a decent licensed game. Like, if you take out the Hogwarts aspect of it, like, if you take out the whole Harry Potter licensing and have this game stand on its own, it's pretty mediocre. Like, it's just fine. Nobody would really be talking about it if it wasn't a licensed game. It wouldn't get any attention for being bad either. It'd just be an inoffensive and forgettable game. With the license,
Sebastian, I've seen this before.
It's
The
pretty
house,
enjoyable.
The well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second.
Yeah, no, the theme of this game carries it.
Sebastian, over here. Do you think this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do
I
you...
found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It all has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a port key. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find...
While yes, I can understand how with a more extensive and creative like spell list, this could, in theory, be an even more interesting game. You have to remember that the Harry Potter license spanned over, 7 books, one of which had 2 parts. So they have a good variety of spells. And I don't think a random development team would have had, frankly, any better... would have had any better ideas for it. You can always say a game could be better in theory if you changed X, Y, or Z, right?
Revelio.
Ah, whatever. But yeah, no, it's easy to say that it would be better in theory, but I actually feel like it would be very difficult for this game to have been presented as well, at least on a first try, in an environment where... There we go. In an environment where you didn't have that established license and you didn't have all those established abilities and etc, etc, etc. I also feel like it would have been very difficult for them to have come up with as engaging of a world.
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
The whole
There might be
reason
something
why
here
you
worth a
take
closer
on a
look.
license for these
They've
kinds
left
of
all this
things
simply strewn about.
is a lot of the hard
Tells
work
me they're
of
after
world
something
building is
bigger.
done for you at that point. And it's a world that you already know your audience will be interested in, so you don't even have to think about that. You just have to think about making things good mechanically.
journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this. Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
My.
Confringo!
Oh yeah, no. Look, I never was streaming this game with the
I'm
intent
not going to believe this.
of it being
I
like,
can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
you know, I never started this with the expectation that it was gonna have like a huge number of viewers and that I was streaming like a Prime thing or whatever. I didn't really care. I streamed it because I was interested in streaming it. I mean, knowing that there was a prime time period for it did push me to be a little bit quicker about it than I otherwise would have been. But I didn't expect to finish this before any of the major streamers did. And frankly, I didn't expect people to watch this as their main playthrough watch of it or anything of that. Or even that people that were, you know, that people were even going to be interested in doing that. I figured most people who were interested in it would just be playing it themselves or watching one of the major streamers. I actually don't think at my size that even trying to bother with what major streamers are doing makes a lot of sense. I'm just doing me.
I know it sounds strange.
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
Fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be flawed.
We can, but perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominous.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come. I'm tempted to hold my breath.
Oh, goodness.
Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look.
My.
Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
Anything helpful in the note?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the Keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not. Is it connected to our common room?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to Cian would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
Interesting. Light nightwear, huh? Oh, like whether I'll use the dark magic stuff? Yeah, probably. Spoopy. Oh no, I'm spoopy. I'm super spoopy. Big scary. Oh no. The random basketball comments. Now I know I'm boring you, right? Just suddenly bringing basketball into this for no reason. How spoopy? I don't know. Apparently, I am the big scary. Yeah. I mean, all dark magic really is just magic that they don't approve of. They think is like too powerful or too unstable to be wielded. And they imply intent on people for choosing to use said magics that they don't understand. It's basically, you didn't fall in line, therefore you are bad. Which, to me, really just speaks to even more reason to learn it. That's how I would handle it if I actually lived in such a world anyway. I'd be like, oh, you actively want to keep me away from this because it's something that you don't understand? Well, screw you then. I mean, sure. And I get that. But that's not really the point here. Uh-oh. Is it gonna crash on me? Yes, it is. Oh, boy. At least this gives me a chance to straighten out my model. Stream some Overwatch instead. All right, you know what? I don't know about Overwatch specifically, but I want to ask everybody's opinion. Hold on. We are going to make an adjustment here. Aren't you GM or something? I was Masters, which is a tier below GM, and right now I am like somewhere in Diamond, the last I checked. That's not really what's important here. Stream a grind to GM. I'm not really that interested in Overwatch to like bother doing that. So that is especially unlikely to happen. However, I want to ask, do you guys want this to continue to be a Hogwarts Legacy stream? Because it looks like there is no like mainline quests I can do right now. And I would have to do some kind of side quest at the minute anyway. And frankly, I find the side quests in the game to be incredibly uninteresting. That's why I've been so slow paced with Hogwarts Legacy, because it gates off so much main story content. Like, it really tries hard not to let you progress in the game. So would you like me to try something else to fill out the time? Because if this continues to be a Hogwarts Legacy stream, I'll admit, it'll probably only be another like half hour. And it seems a little silly to start up a game to then play it for a half hour after it just crashed on me. So what might be a better course of action is for me to play another game that I'll have like a more fresh frame of mind on. And, you know, especially since we just finished Sleeping Dogs. And whatever I play, it doesn't have to be something that I have to like go through an entire story mode on. It can be something a little bit more casually approachable. Like, I've been occasionally booting up like Dragonball FighterZ, for example, recently. And I'm, you know, slowly learning that game. It could be something like that. I still never went and finished KO round 2. I could try to make some progress on that, but it still has the same gatekeeping sort of issue that that this is having. I also have Nights into Dreams. I don't really have any roguelikes, honestly, but that's not a terrible idea. But yeah, I have Nights into Dreams. That could definitely be interesting. I feel like that's another one of those cult classics that doesn't get much love. If you guys appreciate like the Smash Brothers vibe, I could also do Rushdown Revolt. I haven't played that since 2021, and I'm curious what the updates are with it. Because that's basically just a PC Smash Brothers clone. Like, we could do 2D fighter, we could do 2D platformer, we could do You're curious about Dragon Ball Z? Okay, everybody seems to want to see Dragon Ball FighterZ. Okay, we'll do that. It's pretty mainstream, honestly, but like, I'm cool with it. It's not a planned stream by any means. It's, you know, something filling time. But you know what? You know what? There's a lot of hype right now around Dragon Ball properties anyways. Well, yeah, there's, according to my phone, there's 2 people in here, so yeah. But anyways, there's a lot of hype about Dragon Ball right now because of the announcement of the new Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi game. They finally decided to make another game in the Tenkaichi series after like 17 years. So if there is ever a time for me to poke about and mess around with Dragon Ball as a property, this would actually be a pretty good time to do it. I'm not gonna lie. So I guess that's what we're doing. All right, let me fix everything, all my layers and whatnot. In theory, this should now be visible. Yep. Okay. Good shit. Now, I have some unfortunate news to share with you guys about this. I happen to main Yamcha in this game so far. I already did like the hero story for this, and I was starting up the villain story and just didn't get around to it. While I'm warming back up, I am going to play Yamcha because that's just who I play. I play Yamcha. Shrug.
Greetings! Sorry to keep you all waiting. No problem.
Z assist. You've never seen any of Dragon Ball. I see. Yeah, Toki hadn't either. I had recently gotten her into it. I've almost got her through the original Dragon Ball, but she's still got all of Dragon Ball Z, GT, and all that to watch, so. I agree completely. Dragon Ball Z had some pretty serious problems, and you know, GT was okay, it was fine, it was enjoyable enough.
Vegeta, huh? You must have a death wish going up against you. So, let's get started.
It's all or nothing.
Ah, I forgot how short that range was. But yeah, I felt like the original Dragon Ball was great. Z was questionable. GT was good enough, but definitely nowhere near the original. And frankly, Super is also in that same category.
Take this! Over here! Here goes! Here goes! Here goes! Spear ball!
It's funny, by the way. Koki's only majorly strong opinion of Dragon Ball so far is how much she hates Yamcha. She also really likes the flying Nimbus.
Yamcha! Win!
Looks like I've still got some fight in me, huh?
Showdown is about to begin!
Yamcha actually had an important role in Dragon Ball, so if she hates Yamcha now, when she's like 2/3 of the way through Dragon Ball,
Now's your chance.
she's really gonna hate it when,
Are you ready?
she's really gonna hate it when she actually sees Dragon Ball Z Yamcha. Yamcha getting hit with a Cyberman. Name a better duo. Of course, when I finally lose, when I finally lose a bout with Yamcha, it would be against Nappa.
No more playing around.
Take this!
Super Ghost Kamikaze attack! 5-man finish with ghosts! I love it.
Don't think so. Don't think so.
Yeah, that's his Dragon Ball Super look.
Lost your nerve?
There's no match for you. All right, it's my turn. Don't toy with me. It's on now.
Muscle wizards. Basically. This was my main in the Tenkaichi games. The wolf fang fist is as swift and sharp as ever. I bet.
Time to begin the match!
Welcome back, Alice.
gonna run. Now's your chance.
You have returned in time to see the game swap.
This is perfect.
Hogwarts Legacy crashed on us. I held a vote whether we were going to continue playing that for another half hour or I was going to do something different that I would be able to do for longer because, yeah, I was at a point where there was no like main story content it was going to let me do, and I was not about to sit there and just do side quests all day. Oh, geez, the Ginyu Force is a pain in the ass. I actually gotta have to concentrate, I guess, because they are absolutely burning me. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Why are the Ginyu Force of all people so threatening? Oh, no. You're the big sleep. Bye-bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
What's the matter? Here you go! Too slow! We're good! It's nothing! Take this! Take that! We're good! Here we go!
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. You know, Hannah, maybe that's not the smartest thing to say to my girlfriend. Then again, to be fair, you probably don't know about that detail. Yeah, I have 2 girlfriends now. That's a thing. There's Alice and Toki. Oh god, you agreed with her? You gotta be kidding me. Oh my days. I wasn't ready for this in the chat. What is this slander? Oh no. The last thing I need is you 2 teaming up.
Don't worry, I've still got more in me.
Oh, geez, now Hunter's here. Okay. No, the last fucking thing I need is those 2 teaming up. Oh, no.
It's all or nothing.
Oh, man. It's getting harder every single match. Truly an arcade mode, that's for sure. No thanks. Get wrecked, kid. That all you got? Nope. Bye-bye.
Looks like I'm up.
Get wrecked. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. I wasn't ready for that. Hold up. I was not ready for that. That's more than I asked for, Krillin.
Over here.
Da 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 da! I love it. Oh shit! This again. That move. Ouch. I mean, to be fair to me, I was a little bit distracted, okay? Some interesting things were going on in my chat during that one. Whew. Oh my.
Is about to begin.
Look, I'm a Yamcha main. What do you want from me?
Surrender. You have no chance of beating me.
Hannah, maybe you shouldn't reference that. You know what? I'm just gonna take it out on Hit. I'm just gonna take what is happening to me right now out on Hit. Fuck you, Hit. This is all your fault. Get perfected, motherfucker.
I'll give you a free shot.
Oh my gosh, Frieza, could you not? Uh-oh, I am dead. I am so dead. Frieza indeed has no chill. Thank God I perfected Hit, because if not, Frieza would have been the end of me. And every time I do get an edge on Frieza, Piccolo immediately interferes. Yes! Gotenks' unconventional fighting style came in clutch. Well, I dodged some of those. Well, so much for Galactic Donuts. Whew.
Yeah! You can't touch this, Piccolo!
These kids, I swear.
It's over!
Look, I'm surprised I'm even still winning at this point. I don't claim to be good at this game. I only have 3 hours in this game. The only thing I have any practice with at all, really, is Yamcha. I've played a little bit with Gotenks, and yeah, it's just pretty much really been those two. Now that was a combo. The Wolfang Fist into the Spirit Ball. That's peak Yamcha right there.
This will be over soon.
Oh, geez, Cell! No, that's not fun.
I'm quite confident in my speed.
Jesus, I can't get an angle on him. Ugh. This is such a mismatch. Yamcha should never be fighting Cell. Oh, jeez. Mismatch City up in here. Somehow I am absolutely slapping Zamasu. Yamcha OP? I mean, to be fair, everybody in Dragon Ball FighterZ is canonically, like, weakened by some kind of, like, weird magic energy shit. And Yamcha is actually canonically the least affected by it. Not that this game is in any way canon to the, you know, main Dragon Ball story, but the canon for this game, Yamcha's actually the least affected by it just because he was weak in the first place. Do or not do, there is no try. I've been doing it. I've been doing it. Yeah, Android 21 came from this. You think Yamcha's pretty viable competitively? Well, the competitive community for this game completely disagrees with you. He's considered the worst character in the game. Which I disagree with quite strongly, actually. From, like, what I've seen so far. Because he has this very aggro playstyle that I think works very well for the way that I play fighting games. I feel like if I tried to take this game seriously competitively, I would 110% do it with Yamcha. And I would find out firsthand whether or not it's viable. I just think nobody's really given Yamcha a serious chance, because my initial impression is that he's not bad in this game at all. Yeah, no, I don't think Yamcha's bad at all. Like, at all. Oh, no! I was too busy talking of all the moves I could have gotten hit by. Oh, no! That's hard to recover from. Yep, I am screwed. This is where I'm finally gonna lose.
You and me now, cheetah.
Ugh.
I'll mess you up. Problem? I can roast you right now.
Shit. I am not good enough for this level of play at this point.
I can roast some nice Cybermen here.
Yep, that did not. Yep, it got blocked. Unfortunate.
Sounds like you have no hope of beating the great Nappa, Super Saiyan. Damn that Vegeta. Always showing off.
We'll give it another shot. We'll give it another shot. I don't think I can beat this group, but we'll give it another shot. I mean, they have my ultimate counter in Nappa, so clearly I can't. That's how it works, right? Actually, Nappa's getting his ass handed to him right now.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, apparently I do.
Ready for this?
Are you brave enough to take this?
No, 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 no! This is what fucked me last time! Yeah, I'm not keeping Yamcha out for this. I am not gonna get hit with another final flash. Not with Yamcha, at least. Fuck, no, no, no. No! Dude, that final flash is brutal. Whew, okay.
Here you go! Super Ghost Kamikaze attack!
Punishment of a god! Take my blade! That's the power of a god!
Could you fucking not, Zamasu? Eat shit, motherfucker!
Here's where the fun begins.
All right, it's all down to this.
Foolish. Will make me stronger.
Thank you. Let's go. Hell yeah.
You don't act like Goku at all. Who are you?
I love it.
Looks like I still got some fight in me, huh?
He was all like, I'm gonna get you. I'm like, Theo, we'll break this motherfucker. Let's go. Wide open. Right? Oh man, that was exhilarating. That was a genuine reaction to that. Ooh. Did you know if you prove your might in arcade mode, the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyans will join you in battle? Interesting. Complete Arcade modes, hyperbolic time chamber course on hard difficulty with an A rank or higher, and you'll be able to play as Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku. Do the same for extreme gravity spaceship course, and you'll have Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta. Nice to know. Oh man. We're gonna give the arcade one more run.
Nice choice. Guess I'm gonna have to show you I'm not playing around.
These two I'm gonna definitely stick with. I don't feel like I'm as good at Gohan as I am in Tenkaichi by any means, so I feel like I can try. Like, to be fair, I have more experience with adult Gohan in this game. Like, he was the one I was running with in the story when I was using these two. Like, I was using these three as my team. Vengeful Shout sounds good. So does Masenko. Yeah, that's what I'll go with. You know what? We're gonna try hard. I'm gonna get my ass kicked, but we're gonna try hard. We're gonna try it just to see what happens. It's not gonna go well.
Vegeta, huh? He must have a...
Yeah.
Not even close. Not going anywhere. Not even close.
Woo! Bye-bye, Vegeta. No! 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 And I still get you anyway! Let's go! Dude, Yamcha's the greatest! Let's go!
Over here!
Yamcha! Let's go! Oh, I accidentally hit the pause. Ooh. My thumb was a little too far over to the side there. Uh-oh. No, not the volleyball shot. Ooh, that hurts. I know, right? I know, it feels so natural to play Yamcha.
I guess I went a little overboard.
S rank! S rank! Okay! Okay! Let's go! I'm way too hyped right now.
gonna run. Now's your chance. Yo!
Ready?
Uh-oh. Okay. No thank you, no thank you, no thank you. No way. Okay. I am literally sweating. Like, unironically, actually sweating. No, I was literally considering doing that too. I was also gonna Kamehameha there. No! Alright, I'm gonna have to remember that Kamehameha, that combos really well into Spirit Ball, apparently, when you've got distance. I will remember that. Thank you, computer.
I saw that coming. Don't toy with me. Over here! You're going! Not done yet! Here goes! Not done yet! Wonderful! You're gonna pay for that! Alright, it's my turn! Let's go! Here goes! Not that! Over here! Here goes! Man, if I don't hurry, I'm gonna be late for the conference. Gohan! Win!
Whew.
That's not too bad, Gotenks. But I better make sure I don't lose to you.
I'm gonna have to do better than that. I'm supposed to get an A on this.
Get ready!
No! That counter screwed me so bad. Dude, Ginyu, you're insane! Every time I teleport, he counters me.
Not even close.
Yeah. Thank God for guarding. And now he's in a corner, and if anybody knows anything about 2D fighting games, when you get somebody in a corner, they're pretty fucked.
Just in time. Take this.
Okay. I deserved that, creating that much distance.
Take this! Your history! Oh yeah! Super Ghost Kamikaze attack!
No thanks. But I'm getting hit with everything else, apparently. Yes, I got it all.
Going to have to fight me now.
I'm gonna have to pop off with Gohan to have a chance here. Which is just not gonna happen.
Show you how much of a fight I can put up. Even just by myself. See you. Here goes. Not done yet. Let's go. Over here. Not good enough. Going to have to fight me now. Over here. Here goes. Here goes. Here goes. Not done yet. Done playing games. No more holding back.
No. No! What's the clutching that?
Would you mind fighting me again? I could use the extra practice.
All right. All right. One last attempt.
Yo! Get lost before I send you flying.
All together now. Ready?
The problem is I lost Yamcha too early, and that's the one I can make the most impact with. Because Ginyu's AI is crazy. Well, excuse me for not having much time in the game. Dude.
Going to have to fight me now.
This is even worse. Yeah. Dude, Ginyu's AI is so crazy. Oh man, Ginyu, what the hell?
There's no way we can lose to filthy Saiyans like you.
All right, fine, fine. That was so quick. I'm gonna give it one more go.
Behold, my special victory.
It's not gonna matter anymore. I'm definitely not gonna unlock the character, but like, it's whatever. I'm just gonna try playing a little bit differently. Oh, God damn it. I played really defensive and Ginyu's still insane.
Too slow! Super! Here it goes!
Considering how insane Ginyu's AI is, I'll take the trade of Yamcha and Ginyu. I'll live with it. Oh my gosh.
Going to have to fight me now.
Here goes see you. No way. Get out of here.
Yeah, this is rough.
Here goes.
Not that.
They just get, you know what the difference is? You know what the difference is between this set of bots and me? Like why they're able to win consistently?
Guess I got a little too carried away.
They're a lot better at using the ally assist thing.
That's not too bad, Gotenks. But
because every time I try to make a decent trade, like every time I would start to get an advantage,
Game over.
every time I would start to get an advantage, you would see another character come in. I need to get better at the at the assists. That's what I took away from that. That's what's like the next course of action for me to reach the next level of gameplay in this. Anyway, I am literally sweating and I am a little too exhausted and disheveled at this point to play at the level that I had been playing at. So I'm definitely gonna call it there. You got an extra half hour or so out of me than you would have otherwise with me playing this instead of more Hogwarts. So yeah. All right. Well, everybody, have a nice week. By the way, as for stream scheduling and whatnot, I'm obviously going to continue to keep doing the weekends. Is there a weekday that you guys would want me to pick up if I was to pick up a weekday? Or should I just play that by ear at this point? See what works. Well, no, I'm talking about like going forward, not just a one-time thing. If I was to pick up a weekday, what weekday would you guys prefer that it be? I don't know. I'll let everybody ponder that, and you can talk to me about it on your own time. I'm going to head out. Have a nice day, everyone.